Hey guys, welcome back here, and yes, again, I forgot to bring my tripod up, so I apologize for that, but, yep, I got 2 inflatables. Oh, wait a minute, I don't have 2 inflatables, I have not just 1, not just 2, but 3, oh, wait a minute, not just 3, but 4 inflatables. That's right, everyone. I got 4 new inflatables today. Honestly, it's just crazy. They were all, again, gifts. But that is all I'm getting for my birthday this year because my parties and everything have ended. But honestly, I did get a crazy amount. Like, I got those other ones that I did the videos on. If you want to go check those videos out, and they're on my channel. They were just posted recently, so you'll be able to see those videos too. There was the Snoopy and then the Snowman family. I did have to turn some of them off just so I have enough plugs. I'll have to get another extension cord, but I don't really have the patience now. But anyways, let's get into it. So the first one we have is a 3.5 foot Christmas puppy. Yeah, they're not very creative with any of these names, but at least they didn't just call it a puppy. But as you guys can see, it's basically like the same idea as my ghost. That's also like this. It has like the same stance. Like you can see, he has like a Santa hat. It actually looks like, wow. It actually looks like he has the plaid hat. Hopefully that's actually true and not just on the box. It probably will be. I'll be disappointed if it's not, but yeah, that's pretty cool. It looks like on the box it has the plaid. Fingers crossed if that's true though. I'm pretty sure it will be. And then I also got a 3.5 foot Rudolph inflatable with like this, and I believe it also has I feel like the nose does light up, turns on and then turns off, which is definitely cool. I think that is. This one's sold at Canadian Tire. This is the 2022 version because Canadian Tire doesn't always have the same stuff out. Because when they don't buy them, because when nobody buys them, they just put them away, and then when they can't have them anymore, they just sell them for very cheap. So that is one thing I like that they do, is that if nobody's buying them, then they'll usually down the price. But anyways, yeah, I got this one, and I got a 5 foot Max. I've always wanted a Max inflatable, so I finally got one. I'm probably gonna put him right in front of my Grinch, but my Santa Jack is right in front of him, so I'm probably gonna have to move that. Maybe I won't, but that is what I'm planning. That way it looks like they're together. Yeah, this one's sold at Walmart. And then this one is a 4 foot Santa with the list. As you can see, it has a Santa right there, and then it has 2 presents. Or 1 present there, and then another one there, and then it has a list. Can't really see it really well on the box, but it says wish list, dear Santa, here is what I want for Christmas. This one, I believe this one has been sold at Walmart for the past few years now, so that is pretty cool. Yeah, again, just like the Snowman family, it's 4 feet tall, but it's also like 4 feet wide. Like, it's also wide. It's not just like the Santa itself. It has the presents, and it does have 3 LEDs, which sounds right. So I'm guessing 1 in Santa's head, and then 1 in each of the presents, which sounds good. But then this one, it says 1 LED. I like how Jemmy's including this, like they're saying how many lights they have now, which makes it really handy, so that way we don't have to guess. But anyways, now let's get on to the unboxing, because the video is already 4 minutes, and I don't want to keep you guys waiting. So, I'm going to do this one first. So it's a Christmas puppy. This one's sold at Walmart this year for $20, which is pretty good. I like how they didn't jack the price up. And then we got the stakes in here, and again, just like your typical Walmart ones, it's always just the 2 tie downs and then the 4 stupid puny metal stakes. I will not be using these. But I mean, with the smaller ones, you could get away with using these, but I do have better stakes, so I'm gonna use them. If I don't have any other steaks, then I will use these, because with the smaller ones, they aren't too bad. It's the when they're like around like 6 feet, that's when you don't want to use them. But still, try, if you have something better than those little ones, then definitely use them, because these little ones are bad. They will rip out of the ground if it's very windy, especially on the big ones. The smaller ones, they don't really do it. And then we got the instructions. We don't need those. Oh, look at that. It does have the plaid. I'm glad they didn't just false advertise that, so that is good. So it has the plaid hat, which is definitely a really nice feature. I definitely like that. But anyways, let's get it out. It's probably gonna be a little cheap fan. So I wish all of them could have a medium cheap fan. All of them could. Yep, 0.6 amp plug, so it's definitely a little cheap fan. I wish they could start putting medium cheap fans, because these little cheap fans are not the best. They work on some of them, but most of them, they don't really do the best. And then there's the LED light. Looks like it's right under the bottom of the head. Okay, here's the fan. Yep, it is the small cheap fan. That is typical for these 3.5 footers and these 4 footers. You do get the little cheap fans like you would probably expect. And it looks like it's right on one of the legs. I'm not sure which leg it is, but I'll tell you guys in a minute. Oh, and it looks like there's a stake holder on the leg. Here's the plaid. It looks very detailed. It isn't really too lined up around where they stitched it, which is kind of disappointing, like as you guys can see right there. I mean, it's hard to tell on camera, but as you can see where one of the stitches is, the green doesn't really line up too much. So that kind of sucks, but that's okay. That doesn't really bother me. Anyways, now let's plug it in. So, got the adapter here. Alright, there it goes. Yes, so the light is underneath the head, which is definitely convenient. It's blowing up pretty quickly. Okay. Zipper open a little bit. Oh, it is open a little tiny bit, but not too bad. Okay. Looks like there is a sandbag in this foot and in this foot, which is nice. So anyways, I'll give you a closer look at him. Okay, here it is. I didn't do the best job, but I will when it's staked down, but this should be good for the video. As you guys can see, it is actually a fairly decent size. Like, it's very small. It's like 2 feet tall. It's not as tall as this one, but I mean, it's 3.5 feet wide, but it's still a pretty big one. And then, as you guys can see, has like the plaid on the hat, which is definitely something I really like. And then it has the holly and the berries, and then, yeah, the way it's plastic is really nice. They're not really stitched on too good, but at least they're stitched on a fair amount. I'm not really too worried about it. And then there is an LED right underneath the head, which is definitely nice, so you can't really see it. It would have been cool if there was one on the body, but there's not, but that's all right. And then there's 2 anchor placements right here. And then there's one right on that foot. Okay, there we go. There's one on here. And then you got the scarf, again, the plaid. But there isn't one on all of the foots. Like, there's only one on this foot, and then there's one on that foot. You can see that's where the fan is. And then there is a stake holder right there, but I don't like how they don't add stake holders on all of the legs. Like, they definitely should have some on, at least on these legs, but I do like how they have each of the weights inside of the feet here, which is nice. They don't have one in, let's see, is it this one? They don't have one in the fan leg, which is kind of disappointing, but again, the fan does kind of act like a weight, so I kind of understand why. But yeah, I really hope that they fix the issue with the feet, where they have a stake holder on all of the legs. I could definitely change that, modify it, but we'll see how it does. But anyways, Yeah, you can see its tail right there. And for inflation, it's okay. It's not the tightest, but it does a good enough job. But yeah, so there's that one. He's pretty cool. He's definitely a pretty good size. But anyways, yeah, let's get to the other ones. Okay, so I just have it right there. I will stake it down eventually. Like I'm gonna finish my display today. But anyways, now let's get on to... I'm gonna do this one, and then I'm gonna save the licensed ones for last. Even though this one's one of the bigger ones, but it's not the licensed ones. So those are basically the cool ones. So I'm gonna go with this one first, the Santa with the list. This one's $40 at Walmart, which isn't terrible. Anyways, let's see what comes. Hopefully it's a medium cheap fan, not a little cheap fan. And then for the stakes, again, looks like we got 4 of the puny metal stakes. At least make them longer, then I won't complain about them as much, because these metal stakes are not the best. You generally should at least make them a little bit longer. But again, we have 4 of them. Wait, is that 4? Yeah, there's 4 of them, and then we got the 2 tie downs. But I mean, for the little ones, it doesn't really bother me as much. It's more the big ones that disappoint me with those puny metal stakes. And again, got the instructions. I won't be needing those. And then we got the inflatable in here. Here it is. It's kind of windy today, so hopefully the dog stays there. That should be fine. Okay. Wow, it's pretty heavy, which is definitely a good thing. Okay, where's the fan? Okay, so here's the fan. It's a medium-sized, so it's a medium-sized cheap fan, which is the right fan for this guy. So it is a medium cheap fan, so that's good. Thank God it's not the little cheap fan. So yeah, there's that. And then here's the presents right here. They're actually very colorful. Like the colors are really pretty. It has like the blue material there, and it looks like here's one of the attachments. And then there's a really heavy sandbag in there, which is good. So there's a tether there, and then it looks like there's one on the other one, and it looks like the other 2 are on Santa himself. And the LED is in Santa's head. I expected that. And then there's probably one in each of the presents. I think, yep. There is one on this present, and then there's probably one on this one too. Yep. There is one on that side too. Anyways, let's get this guy inflated, and I'll show you what he looks like. Okay. There he goes. I'm just gonna move this dog for a minute. Oh wow, he actually lights up pretty good. It's just the normal LEDs. Okay, it's blowing up pretty quickly. Here it is. Hold on a minute. The presents are a little twisted. Alright, I'll show you what he looks like. Alright, here he is. So he's pretty tall. He's pretty big, actually. I would say he's maybe like 4.5 feet wide, maybe. Or maybe 4 feet wide, I'm not too sure. Anyways, yeah, you can see here's his face right here. Got the mustache here. And then the nose, and then got the hat here. Here's his list here, and then you got this. That's a little bit twisted, but that's alright. And then it looks like we got the labels here, so they're upside down, but I mean, that is the design. These are kind of stitched on poorly. It should have been stitched on better. I can fix that though. And then we got each of the presents. There's an LED in the hand. I mean, not the hand, the present. And then there's one right there, and then there's one in that hand, and then there's a tether right there. And then there's another one right there. And then there's one on that present there. And then there's one right there. There aren't any on Santa, but that probably doesn't need it. And then there's the fan right there. So, he's pretty cool. I definitely recommend him as well. He's pretty cool. Anyways, now let's get to the other ones. Alright, so got those guys. I've turned them off, but I'm going to stake them down very soon once I'm done the video. And let's get on to the Rudolph one next. This one I believe is at Canadian Tire, so it means it's probably Canadian exclusive. I mean, I do have a bunch of these designs at different places, but this particular design is probably a Canadian exclusive. But anyways, let's open this guy up. So, hopefully it's a medium cheap fan, but you never know. Again, we got this steak pack. Oh, this one actually has a couple more steaks this time. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like it has 6 of these puny metal steaks. So, I mean, I don't know how many tethers there are. There are probably 2. So, I mean, that's definitely a plus. Hopefully for this one, it has them on all of the legs. Hopefully that is the case. But we'll see. Instructions, again. Don't know what happened there. I kind of got a glitch. The video just stopped recording for some reason. But anyways, again, we got 6 steaks. 6 cheap steaks. And then we got instructions. Completely useless. As always. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It just stopped recording for some reason. Oh well. Alright, and then we got the inflatable here. Okay. What kind of a fan is this one? Oh, this adapter is actually different. We got one of these adapters instead, which is... That's different. So it's 1 amp adapter. So it looks like this. Normally, I do have one that's like this, and that's the Moose with the large cheap fan. It has the same adapter, but it's a little bit bigger than this one. But anyways, yeah, that's different. It's not amazing, but it's different. Okay. The packaging for these ones are a little bit different than Walmart. Like, the box shape is different. Okay, so it is a medium-sized cheap fan. I really wanted it to be a medium cheap fan, and a good thing that it is a medium cheap fan, so I'm happy. It's not a little cheap fan. And then for this one, it does, I believe, have... Yep, I can feel some sort of light in there. So, I think there's a light in the nose, and then it looks like there's one in the head, which is definitely nice. Oh, this is different. It looks like on the bottom, it has the black stitching, the black loops, but on this side it's white, which that's different. So, anyways, now let's get this guy inflated. The fan is the right size though, so I'm glad Jimmy didn't put a little cheap fan. Oh, there we go. It had a little bit of a delay, a little bit longer than normal. So good thing it did not do that. Okay, it's blowing up pretty quickly, much faster than the other one. And, oh yeah, check it out. It does have that light, as you can see it blinks like that. That is very cool. I like that feature a lot. It's just like I don't know what kind of a light it is, but it's not the same kind of light. I'll show you guys a little bit later, but it does feel a little bit different. It might be one of those like Christmas light ones, but yeah, it does have one in the head. So anyways, I'll show you what he looks like now. Okay, so here it is. So as you can see, it's a pretty big one. It's small, but it's cool. So as you can see, it does have that red light in there, which I definitely like that. And then it does have the extra light in the head. And then he's holding a scarf. Scarf is kind of messy, but that is kind of accurate. And he's wearing a Santa hat, and it's just like a basic classic design. So it basically looks like a classic inflatable, even though it's not, but it doesn't feel like it. But yeah, and he does actually have a mouth, which is cool. And then he does have an anchor right there. And then there's one on the other side, of course, and he has a tail. And the good thing about this one that I like is that it does have anchors on all 4 legs. So as you can see, there's an anchor right there. Then there's another one on that foot. And then there are 2, and then each of the front legs have sandbags. And then there's also one there. And then there's another one on this foot. This, again, like the dog, it doesn't have a weight inside of here, but it probably doesn't really need it. It just would have been nicer if it did, but it's okay. Yeah, and then he's got the tail, and it actually has detail on the back. And then there's a thing there, and then it has the medium cheek fan, and then there's the zipper there. And for inflation, it does much tighter than that one because it is a stronger fan, which is definitely nice. And one thing that I do like about this one is that they didn't just go cheap and they went all around. They actually did the pattern the full way around and not just the front. So that is definitely nice. But anyways, now let's get on to the grand finale, which is that one. Okay, I just put that one over there. Then I got one more to do, and then I will stake them all down, and then I'll show you what they look like after that. So now we're gonna do the Max. So this one out again. This one is a licensed inflatable. You can tell by the packaging. Again, we got the same exact stake pack. I mean, that is pretty expected. So it looks like this one has 4 metal stakes and then probably just 2 tie downs. So that is kind of expected. But again, instructions, we won't be needing those. Alright, here he is. It's probably a medium cheap fan. Oh, Rudolph just fell down because he's not anchored down. Yeah, he just fell over because he's not anchored down. Okay, so here he is. He does have that classic design. That is cool. And then there's one of the LEDs in the head. Yes, it is a medium-sized cheap fan, which is definitely good. Not like a little cheap fan. Feels pretty weighted down, which is nice. It's definitely a good thing to live in a windy area. Alright, and then where's the second LED? It's probably in the thing here. Yep, I did know it. So it is in the green thing. I don't know what the green thing looks like. Oh, it's just the ornament. Anyways, now let's get this guy inflated. Alright, so here he is. Again, he lights up pretty good. He glows up very quickly, which is nice. Alright, there he is. He's got ears. Like stitching the ears on. Alright, and I'll show you what he looks like. Okay, here he is. So as you can see, it's again a pretty big size. 5 feet is up to the yellow antlers right here. And yeah, he's got that classic face and he's got the nose. He's wearing a scarf. It's a pretty cool pattern. Here's the ornament, and then you can see the LED is on that ornament. It's not attached to the body, but I will fix that though. Like, I'm going to stitch his feet to the body, that way they don't like move. Yeah, he's kind of leaning because it's not anchored down and it's kind of windy today. But yeah, it does have the LED in the head. And then it does have the stake there, and then there's one there. It's pretty good. Then it's got a pretty big tail actually. Then got the zipper, and then there's the fan. Again, medium-sized cheap fan. It's the right size fan. And then there's the other one there, and then the other one right there. So yeah, there he is, all ready. So that's what he looks like. So he's pretty cool. I definitely recommend it. So now I'm gonna put these guys up, and then I'll show you what they look like up. As you can see, I've started doing the display. I'm almost done it, so I'm gonna do the display video very soon. But anyways, I'm gonna stake them down because it is getting kind of dark. So I'm gonna do that now, and I'll see you guys in a few months.